After an interview, when the interviewer goes like, "Hey, do you have any questions for us?" and you go like, "No, I think I'm okay. You guys have answered everything." Do not do this in an interview. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Mansi Sangvi, and here's where we talk about careers, interviews, and everything that will help you progress in your personal and professional life. In today's video, I want to talk about questions to ask post an interview. This is something that we never prepare for, but remember that this is a question that 100% of interviewers are going to ask you. So let's get started. A lot of times we go prepared for an interview by preparing about the most commonly asked questions, talking to others about what is the company like, and so on and so forth. But when we're given the opportunity to actually ask questions one-on-one in an interview, why is it that we go blank? Why is it that we don't know what to ask? So I'm going to help you select some of the questions that you can sort of prepare, write in your notes, and then go for your next interview. Remember to make use of this opportunity because this is your chance to know them better, to know them more closely. However much research you do on Glassdoor or Payscale or any of these websites, the insights that you'll get from the interviewer are going to supersede everything else that you research because that's first-hand information. So it's your chance to make the most out of it, to understand if you are going to be a good candidature for this particular position or not. Also, I personally think that an interview is like a dating thing, like in the first or the second round, you have to ask more and more questions to understand if this is where you really want to be, if that company aligns with your goals. Do you see yourself actually working there or not? So let's understand what questions can you ask while you're going for an interview. The idea is for you to be ready with at least 3 to 4 questions beforehand, and don't keep it in your head. You might want to go ahead with a pen and paper or like a notes book or something like that and write it down over there. I would personally recommend you having a mix of different types of questions. Some of the things that have worked well in the past for me are around the organizational culture, because that is something that is very important for me. So more than the salary and what is the kind of thing that I'll get in the comp benefits and all of that, I'm the kind of person who wants to know if I can fit into the company's culture pretty well or not. Do I resonate with their vision and mission that has been written on the website? Do they actually follow it or not in real life? The first type of question you want to ask about is around success. So something like, what is the type of career ladder that this particular job profile offers? What is it that others have done around this particular job profile? And just sort of focus on where your career trajectory is going to be if you stick with this organization. This will help you understand if it is in line with your career goals or not. Another thing to know or ask about is the attrition rate as well. So as we talk about the success of employees, you also want to talk about how much people have not liked a certain role, or was there any attrition happening. I know it might sound a little controversial, but you have the right to know about if people have left in the organization. It will give you a better insight into what the culture is like, what are some of the hurdles that people face while working there. Another question you want to add is, what is the promotion cycle like? What is the typical promotion percentage look like for most of the people? So this will give you a very fair idea in terms of how much effort do you need to put in and what is the output or the outcome out of that particular role. In this way, you can also reverse question this entire thing by saying that, hey, I want to go to this particular position in the next 2 years. Although I'm starting at, say, an analyst role, I want to become a manager after, say, 1 year or 2 years. Is that something that your company offers? Because in this indirect way, you're showing that you are looking for success, you are looking for growth, and you are ready to put in that extra effort. So ask questions around success and see what kind of insights you drive out of that. The second type of question you want to ask is job specific, which is that particular profile specific. Which means if you are interviewing for a marketing position, you want to ask a very specific question, something like, are you following the current market trends of using ABC sort of trends, analysis, or a certain tool. If you're into sales, you can ask about what is the software that you guys use to manage your sales funnels. If you're interviewing for a product manager position, you can ask something around, okay, so what is the next product that you're launching? Are you working in an agile manner or not? So this shows that you have that extra knowledge about that particular field or industry. And in here, you can also bring up a little bit about competitors. So something like, hey, you know what? In the news, I read that so-and-so company is doing ABC things. Is that something that you also want to take as a direction in? Is the company moving in that way? What are your thoughts around it? So it's sort of a good way to ask a very job-specific question so that you can talk a little bit more about your knowledge, your interests, and then understand if that particular role fits your mindset, your skill sets, and your expectations or not. The third category is around challenges. So something very generic like, what are some of the current challenges the company is facing? Or if they've taken up funding, if it is a startup and if they've taken up funding, you can ask like, oh, congratulations. I saw in the news that you guys have acquired a certain amount in funding. So where are you planning to use this? And what are some of the challenges that the company is trying to resolve by having this particular funding come in? So this shows again that you are quite aware. And then you're asking a very generic question around challenges that the company is facing. Then you also want to direct yourself towards that particular department or the team, because understand one thing, you're going to spend the most of your time working with those particular people, right? So having a very broad question might not always work, because you want to know more about what are your teammates going to be like, what are some of the challenges that they face as a team, what is it that they are lacking in terms of maybe skill sets, maybe in terms of resources, tools, like what is it that you need to be prepared with before you actually walk into that job. Another way to ask this question would be, what are some of the challenges that you are facing? So if that person is your supposed direct reporting manager, you want to ask them things around what are the challenges that they are facing, how is it that you coming into the team will ease out those challenges or pain points for them. And a very generic question that worked for me till now is, what are some of the pain points that you are going through as a team? This always works because it is such an open-ended question, but still specific to the fact that you will know what you're getting yourself into. The last type is sort of a controversial question, but I would still ask you to go ahead and, ask this question, because especially if you're in a senior manager position, you want to go ahead and do this, okay? When you are in an interview, there are times when you realize that the interview is not going in the direction that you want. There's this gut feeling, right? Like, I think he doesn't like me, or something, you can sense it. Like, that's the best way to put it, right? Your gut tells you that, okay, there is something that went off. Or to be very specific, if they ask you, hey, do you have ABC skill sets? And you say, no, I don't, but I'm willing to learn. Now, that is something that did not go as per their expectations. You can park that while you're having that interview conversation. And in the end of the interview, you want to sort of bring that back and ease them in, sell yourself as a product and be like, hey, what are the things that you are looking at in the right candidate? What is it that comprises of a good candidate according to them? They would have a checklist in their mind while they're interviewing, right? So do you match that or not? And if there are any concerns, how can you work upon them? And tell them that you're ready to take the plunge and learn more, do some extra hours into putting your skill sets into something, and reassure them of the fact that, hey, you know what, I'm here to stay and I am definitely a good candidate. But remember, practice this definitely before you go in for an interview. So these were the questions that you need to be prepared with and ask at the end of an interview. My suggestion is to have at least 4 to 5 questions, because sometimes interviewers ask these questions, or they sort of answer these questions in the beginning by going like, okay, before we start with the interview, let us tell you something about what we do here. And then you're like, oh damn, I've already put these down as questions. So don't worry, have at least 4 or 5 questions ready with you, so that if they've answered some of the things, you can skip that and go to the next question in your interaction. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe, because that keeps me motivated to keep creating these awesome videos for you guys. I will see you in the next week.